Hello crafters and welcome back to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. My name is Deepa from DeeZinesByD and today I'm going to be sharing this larger than normal sized card that features all of the mantle decorations and the village set from the Spellbinders Simon Hurley collection that was released last month. Now, these are all the products that I'm going to be using. This is the Mantle Village set, and you can see you get a couple trees, a couple houses, plus the doors to go on them, and then the mantle. Here is the mantle decorations. You can see you get like a banner sentiment set there, and you can actually cut out a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. There are stockings, branches, garland, and 2 deer as well. And then I'm also going to be using this branches 3D embossing folder all together to kind of create like a scene of the fireplace mantle in your household during Christmas, of course. Now here are the colors that I'm using of cardstock. I'm sticking with all greens and then like muted golds. And then I also add a splash of pink later on just for a little bit of interest. Now this is how I tend to make my 5x7 inch cards. So this card is a little larger just so I could fit everything on. So I take my 8.5x11 piece of white cardstock and score it at 5 inches. I'll fold it and then I just basically cut off the excess on that the right side there. And then I'll line up this folded large card and cut it down to 7 inches so that I get my 5-inch by 7-inch card base here. Now I'm also going to cut a couple panels of this green cardstock. So this is a deeper green and I want this to kind of be like the top half of my wall, right? So sometimes you have like 2 halves of the wall and it's split in 2. That's kind of how I want this to look. And then this lighter green I want to be the bottom half. So I'm kind of just picking, I think the first one I cut it to 2.5 inches by a little bit, I think it's by 7 actually. And then the second piece I did 3 inches by 7. And what I'll do is I'll cut those down as I go along to kind of fit the card and the way that I want it to. There's no exact way it should be done. It's just what you really prefer for your card. Now I want to emboss this first panel here and I'm just going to put it in my 3D embossing folder. I will spritz it just a little bit with water. That bottle just had plain water in it. Put it through my die cutting machine and I did use the Spellbinders universal system there in order to get like a good embossing on there. It does make a huge difference compared to just normal embossing and putting it through your die cutting machine without the extra adapter. Now I have some Calico white ink here from Pinkfresh Studio and I just really wanted those branches to stand out, so I just lightly rubbed it over top of the embossing to make those branches kind of pop. I'll put that panel aside to dry and I want to go over all of the die cuts. So I went ahead and cut everything off camera because it did take a bit of time. I cut the mantle out of white cardstock. The houses, I cut 3 of them. 3 of them are white. They're all white. And then I also cut the background in gold glitter cardstock to kind of show like it's lit up. There is one of them I did like reverse cutting so that I could get like the mirror image of it so it looks like a third house. I cut out the 3, I think I cut 5 of the trees, which were cut out of white and white glitter cardstock. The bases were cut out of the light green cardstock. For the banner, I cut that out of dark green cardstock for the base, and then the little like the banner parts for the letters, I cut that out of some peach shimmer cardstock. Now you can see with this die, you do have to cut it 3 times for Merry Christmas because you need 3 R's, and then twice for Happy Holidays because you need 2 H's and 2 P's, right? And yeah, I love that you can do that with just one die. I also cut out the branches and the lighter and the darker green, the stockings in the same manner. And then all of the extra tiny little bits, like the doors were cut out of white. And then I took also the classic Christmas tree set, which also came out in this collection. And I cut a few of the ornament baubles out of the peach and also matte gold cardstock. And then I also cut out the gift boxes. So now we're simply going to do a whole bunch of paper piecing to put this together. So you'll see I've kind of like put out my letters there. You can see that you can actually use both of these. So you could actually use the A that came out as the negative piece, or you could use the positive piece, or whichever one's a positive or negative, as to fill up the banner and show that green through the peach, right? So you could use either of those if you wanted to. It's just a matter of lining up the letters if you just use the letters instead of the cutout letter. So all I'm doing is adding just a little bit of glue around the edges of each part of the banner for each letter, and then I'm just going to carefully put on these little banner bits for the sentiment and then line them up nicely and then press them down. So it takes a little bit of work here, but I promise you as you do it, it's not going to take that long. It's pretty simple. If you don't like, busy work, like too much paper piecing like this, you could always just stamp out a sentiment. You don't have to use the banner. So I'm going to do this for both Merry Christmas. I'm not going to show you the entire process because that just takes forever. So there's the Merry Christmas. Well, actually, no, it doesn't take forever, but it would have taken longer to show you all of that. But you saw it already. It's pretty simple to do. Now, moving on to the houses, I'm simply just going to attach these to the glitter background. And as I mentioned, there was one house I did the mirror image of, and that's actually this one here. So I just basically cut it out of my white cardstock, and then I flip it. And that's fine because it's white on both sides. But for that glitter cardstock, it's white on one side and glitter on the other. So I simply flip my cardstock, cut it, and then I'll flip it back, and then I have that gold image in the mirror image of the original die, right? So it looks like you have two different houses, well, three different houses altogether because of that second die. But yeah, that's how you can get some variation on the dies that you already have if you want to do that. Now I have the little doors that go with it, so I had to cut out two for those like angled houses, and then that one symmetrical one in the center has a square door. So I just attached those. I was going to put a bit of foam adhesive, but I thought I didn't really need to. Now for the stockings, now keep in mind I kind of got a little confused at first. I just attached it at the very top, and then I realized when I got to that second stocking there where it has it kind of embossed that this should actually go further down. So you'll see me moving that in a second. So the collar of the stocking should kind of go right on top of the die cut rather than sitting a bit above it. And that looks a little better too, right? So I cut these two out of the light green and two out of the dark green, and then I'm just attaching the little hooks or loops at the top. I decided to mix up the colors and use the lighter green with the darker stockings and the darker green with the lighter stockings. And all I did was attach a little dab of, put on a little dab of glue and then just stick it on from the back. Now, for the tree, I noticed there's actually like a embossed line in the center. So that's why, and if you look at the stump of this tree, it's long, right? So I think it's meant to go on top here. But you could always do these however you want. If you don't want the show on the front, you can just put it on the back. And I actually chose not even to attach the ones to the white glitter pieces of cardstock. I'll just use those as is. Now you get one die that cuts two antlers. So all you want to do, since these two deer are side facing, is put one antler on one and the one on the other. You don't need two antlers, right? So those two are done. I did use gold glitter cardstock for the deer and then just use the white for the antler, which I thought had a different look. Now I have the gift boxes. Now these gift boxes, remember, are from the classic Christmas tree set, and I'm just attaching where the string or ribbon would be onto these boxes. You'll notice that the two smaller boxes are meant to be put together, but you can always adjust this any way you want. If you don't want that second box, you don't have to use it, and you can just cut this this piece down a little bit, that little ribbon piece. I had a little bit of trouble trying to get it to stick there the way I wanted, and then I just added there's two bows, right? So I figured this is how they maybe intended it to go, so I went with it. Sometimes I change it up. Keep in mind, and I always like to let the viewers know that you don't have to follow what the packaging says. You don't have to do the gift boxes like that just because it shows it like that on the packaging. Like, do whatever you want. That's all part of the creativity, and I actually notice that the most. So when someone posts something and they use the dies or different sets in different ways, I'm always like, oh my god, yeah, why didn't I think of doing that? So it's always your way to kind of mark your project and make it your own. So now I've got everything assembled. I'm going to go ahead and put together my card base. you can see I attached the lighter green and then the branch bit on the top there to kind of look like the two sections of the wall. And then I've got these two mantle pieces. So what I'm going to do is attach them in the center so that they fit right along the edge there. And I'm just lining them up. Then I will attach this to the card as if it is the actual mantle. I wish there was, you know what, there are other sets that have a fireplace. I wish I could have put that in there, but I didn't think or look long and hard enough to find something. But I know that Honeybee has like a fireplace set. I don't know if it's still available at ScrapbookPal, but you could always check that out and just search for it online. Now do keep in mind everything that I've used to make this card today is linked within the description below. You can find that on the ScrapbookPal site. I highly recommend checking these things out because these products, even if you don't get to use it this year for Christmas, because I know we're kind of coming close now, you could always use it next year or the year after. I mean, these things, they never die, right? And even if, you know, like the little houses and stuff, you could always use that for something else. You never know. The gift boxes, you could use that for a birthday card. You know, always look at your sets and kind of see how you can stretch them and use them in different ways. That's what I like doing. So anyways, back to the card. I did attach the mantle there with some foam strips. I love those foam strips. They're available in the store, and I actually doubled them up, but they're really nice and thin, so they work for thinner die cuts and things like that, especially like words and stuff. I find that they work well for like if you have like large letters that I've cut out, those strips work perfectly. So anyways, I used that to prop up the mantle a bit, and now I'm kind of sticking these behind that propped up mantle just a little bit. It just works nicely because when you look at a mantle, you know, from further away, it looks like the items are not just sitting on top, but they're kind of recessed in a tiny bit. So I'll go ahead, and I kind of went with a symmetrical look for the most part. So I added that symmetrical one house in the center and then the two on either side, spaced out a bit. Now I'm adding some trees in front and behind to add some depth there. And then I want to add the reindeer kind of in between the houses. And I thought that just worked best to kind of show everything. My whole point in using these two sets was to use everything. Because sometimes I just pick and choose things here and there and focus on that. But I really wanted to use everything within these sets so you could see everything that's included in the sets and kind of say, oh yeah, I like that, maybe I'll get that set, or maybe I need that for whatever. Like, at least you get an idea of everything that's there. I love the deer. They're just so easy to put together and cut out. If I had time to make another card, I might focus more on the deer and those bushes there and create a card that's not even a mantle. That's another thing. The mantle is what the set is made to be used as, but you don't have to use the mantle. But I usually try to do that, but I thought this time I just stick to whatever the set is. Make it easier for you guys. So now I'm just attaching the greenery to the front of the mantle there. I used the two darker green in the center and the lighter on the sides. I thought it just looks really nice. You could use the dark green all the way through. It would create a bit more contrast. Now I have these little garland bits. So this is just one die. I've cut it out 4 times, and now I'm just gonna kind of create the swooping hanging garland. I did have like the 2 garland pieces that are going to be in the center hanging a little lower than the 2 garland pieces that are hanging on the outer edges, just for a little bit of a change. And like some of this, we're creating layers here, so like some of this garland's gonna get covered up. I do know that. I wish it didn't, but that's really part of the look, right? When you're doing your tree and things like that, you need those layers of decorations. Now here I've got the 2 stockings. I decided to group them. So I put 2 on the left and 2 on the right, kind of hanging in a nice random fashion. And I attached them using some foam squares. I love these squares. They always come in handy. So this is actually from a variety set available in the store. And they have a good width to them. So like they create good dimension. And you get like a larger square, which is larger than this square, a little bit larger. And then you also get the smaller square. So they're come in handy. for filling in smaller or larger areas. So now that I've got the stockings on, I'm adding the sentiment banner. Now I have a little trouble here. My banner kind of picks up on me because my fingers were too sticky. I always hate when that happens. So I'm going to go ahead and just get it where I want it to go. Stick this down. So we got a nice Merry Christmas there. And then I still have these gifts. I really wanted to add the gifts because they add that pink pop of color. So I'm just adding them here at the bottom, kind of behind the stockings a little bit. I think maybe it would have looked better if I put it in the center, but it's done now. I'll just go with it. And then the final thing that I wanted to do is kind of add all those little ornaments that I had cut out from the classic Christmas tree set. So I did initially, I cut it out of the video, but I initially added it on those white trees at the top, but it didn't look right. Like the ornaments were a bit too big. So I'm just adding them on top of that greenery that's on the mantle there, the main mantle section. So I've got some of the little ornament bits in matte gold and then the peach or pink, if you will. And I think that's pretty much it for all these little bits. Now I couldn't resist, you know, there's a lot going on this card, but I always like to add some bling. So after I positioned these last two little ornaments there, I went ahead and I grabbed my Pinkfresh Studio blush glitter drops, and I added those on. So I'm just going to get those out and just add some here and there. So I thought this would kind of also pull in the pink that I used in the card as well. And these, you can see they match so perfectly. So all together they look really pink, but when I put them on the card, they look much lighter and go with the theme, which I thought was really nice. So this is my card for today. I know that it's got a lot going on. It's larger. I really just wanted to showcase all of the dies in the set, and I hope that something here has sparked your interest. Maybe you've been inspired to create something similar, whether it be the entire card or the color scheme or whatever it may be. I hope that you like something here today. Don't forget to check out all of the products in the store, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.